Austin, way to swing it, man. 464, is that the hardest hit ball you've ever had in the big leagues?
It's definitely the farthest by a lot. I don't even think it's close. I've hit a couple harder than that, but I've never even gotten close to hitting one that far. Yeah, we understand that you weren't aware of where it landed until somebody told you when you got back in the dugout after your home run trot. Is that true? Yeah, so I hit Contreras with my backswing, so I turned around to apologize to him because off the bat I thought that I hooked it foul. And after I said, "Oh man, I'm sorry," I looked back up and it was still going straight. So then I took off running. I didn't end up seeing where it landed. So when I got back to the dugout, a couple of the guys were like, "Man, it landed up there in the second deck." That's awesome. Is that a ball that you'd ask to get back? I never know, like, when you guys want home run balls back, or if you know you're going to hit 30 this year, so who cares? I actually got the opportunity to get that one back last night. The woman asked if I would sign it, and it didn't seem like it had any significant value. I felt like it meant more to her than to me, so I signed it and just gave it back to the woman so that she could have it. Oh, good for you, man. That's cool to hear. You know, the national dialogue, Austin, as you're well aware, around the Orioles and Camden Yards specifically, is that, you know, you can't homer to left anymore because the wall is higher and it's farther away. Is that what you guys think? I mean, obviously it wasn't a problem yesterday. Yeah, I mean, we hit some balls really hard yesterday and we were able to get them over the wall, but there's been quite a few this year that, you know, we felt like they were absolutely smashed and they would have been gone in any other ballpark and they didn't go out. BP is a lot different here than it used to be. There's a lot of balls that you think you get that end up falling about 10 feet short. So there's definitely never any cheap home runs to left field here anymore. You got to really hit it flush and get just about all of it that you can. You know, we've visited with you in the past, in the off season, about your workouts, about the work you do. It feels to us on the outside like it's all coming together this year. You're on a pace for career highs, wearing out right-handed pitching. Talk about the work you did this winter and talk about the start that you're having in your own words. Yeah, my biggest goal coming into the year this year was to be available for every game. I just wanted to give Hyder the opportunity night in and night out to put my name on the lineup card. So I've been able to do that for the most part. I had a hand injury earlier in the year that took me out for a couple days. I was available to pinch run, so I wasn't able to start those nights, but I was available to come in and play defense and use my legs. So that's been my biggest goal, and I think the ability to have consistent at-bats and just be in the lineup day in and day out. And working with our new hitting coaches, Borgs and Ryan Fuller, they've helped me just continue to have a very consistent approach night in and night out, depending who's on the mound, and building something solid and a good foundation where I feel like I'm very prepared no matter who we're facing every night. Yeah, and tonight it's Marcus Stroman, and the fact that you're playing the Cubs for this weird kind of quick two-game series, it feels like what's going to happen next year when everybody plays everybody, right? The unbalanced schedule goes away. Do you like staying in the division more, or are you looking forward to what's going to happen next season? I've always liked staying in the division and getting a lot of games against the same pitching over and over. I feel like you can build consistent at-bats, so to speak. You start to understand what the catcher and the pitcher are trying to do to you, and then they adjust, you adjust, but it just kind of adds to that fun side of baseball where you're just adapting night in and night out. So when you're playing a different team 2 or 3 times every other series, that's a little more difficult to make those adjustments, but that's where the analytical side of baseball and watching a lot of video and just making sure you're prepared for pitchers and catchers that you've never faced before. That's really interesting perspective, and we could talk so much with you about hitting and your prep, but I want to get into food here because we've got this image of you deep frying the Thanksgiving turkey with the cowboy hat, by the way. Where were you when you did this? Oh, there you go. I'm in my hometown. That was in De Leon Springs, Florida, over at my buddy's house. A guy that played here for a while, Luke Scott, actually lives about a mile away from where I'm at in that video. So that was something I started doing a couple years ago. So we always have Friendsgiving the night before Thanksgiving, and we all get together. I've taken over doing deep fried turkey, but we got a guy that does his own brisket, and we got a lot of fun stuff that we do. So that's a great time in the off season to just get all our boys together and have a good time.
Oh, yeah. It looks like you guys take that seriously. That's good fun. So let's stay with the food theme here. You play in Baltimore. It's been the only team you've known in the big leagues. Soft-shell crab, yes or no?
Yeah, I like crab. Maryland crab was kind of tough for me to get used to that at first because growing up in Florida, I was always eating snow crab for all-you-can-eat crab legs wherever I went. So the first time I had Maryland crabs and they handed it to me, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these things? Their legs are so tiny, what am I going to eat? So that was a funny adjustment for me. But no, I don't mind Maryland crab at all. I like the Old Bay they put on there. That's solid.
Young guys on the roster for most part with you guys in Baltimore. So on a team dinner, you guys have a day off on the road, team dinner someplace. Who picks up the check?
Ooh. I'd probably say Robinson, Chirinos, or Rugi would be most likely to pick up the check. Either one of those guys would definitely take care of the young guys.
Yeah, it's just a service time question, right? But here's a more interesting one, and we ask everybody this that comes on Pregame Spread. Who is the biggest spread crusher in the Orioles clubhouse?
The biggest spread crusher is Santander. This guy's always got heartburn because he eats too much food. He's always got to take some Pepto. So we got to go with Tony, man. The guy's, he's 230. He's all jacked up. He's got to eat a lot to keep that muscle going.
Yeah, let's get Santander on the Nexium protocol so we can live life like the rest of us 50-year-old turds out there. Austin, thanks for joining us, man. It's always good to visit with you. Congrats on such a great start to the year. Good luck against the Cubs tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on.